Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel Coins Reaction Zone, another anime series that I'll be reacting to every week. So this one is called Tearmoon Empire. I stopped reading the manga at chapter 25, so I actually dropped it, but I was excited to, whenever the anime was announced, to watch it and see how I feel about it in an animated format, because it usually condenses things down. The manga, one of my big issues was that it took forever to update, and just a lot of slow moving parts. So with the anime, I feel like it'll move a lot quicker. It'll make it a lot more fun. So with the new anime season starting up in October for the fall of 2023, I decided it was finally time to react to some more anime, especially since 100 is in hiatus, so the last 3 episodes are not going to be released anytime soon. I picked 3 anime, 2 that I have never seen before, and 1 that I had but dropped pretty early on, and just seeing how I feel about them. This one's a comedy fantasy story, but it's not technically isekai, but there is time travel. I just love these kinds of shows a lot. They were some of my favorites. I love comedy, I love fantasy. This one's Studio Silverlink, so a pretty famous studio. And here's a synopsis. Just through Miami list. Surrounded by the hate-filled gazes of her people, the selfless princess of the fallen Tearmoon Empire, Mia, takes one last look at the bleeding sun before the guillotine blade falls, only to wake back up as a 12-year-old. With time around and a second chance at life dropped into her lap, she sets out to right the countless wrongs that plague the ailing empire. Corrupt governance? Check. Border troubles? Check. Natural calamities and economic strife? Check. Seems like a lot of work. Hard work and Mia don't mix, so she seeks out the aid of others, starting with her loyal maid Anne and the brilliant minister Ludwig. Together they strive day and night to restore the empire. Little by little, their tireless efforts begin to change the course of history, pushing the whole of the continent toward a new future. Why did the selfless princess have a change of heart, you ask? Simple. She didn't. She's just terrified of the guillotine. They hurt like hell, and Mia hates pain more than work. So that sounds like a great synopsis, and we'll see how I feel about the show, since I honestly forgot, since I've watched so many anime and read so much manga. But it started release on October 8th, so there's 2 episodes to do today, and this one has 12 episodes. It currently stands at a 7.36 total average score on my anime list, with 3,000 users rating it. So pretty strong start so far. So without further ado, let's just get right into the episode. And just getting into it, she reminds me of kind of like a Marie Antoinette kind of style type, if she would have time traveled. And I'm coming off the pig anime reaction, so I already started off a lot darker and more plot-wise, which is kind of funny. Oh, it sounds like Lucy from Fairy Tail. Oh, full on feeding her, that's so mean. Like Rotten Tomatoes. By the way, it wasn't Lucy from Fairy Tail, just a similar voice. She's popular for stuff like Shaltier from Overlord and a few other things that I've watched, so just recognize the voice. Oh, that was quick and it was dark. That time travel sequence is pretty clean. I like that. Going from her kind of depressed voice to immediately a cutesy girl yelling about her neck is a very big gap. Sure, he has that rich lady laugh. Oh, it's covered in her blood. That's a creepy thing to wake up to. Oh, so it's her diary from before, yeah. I remember that part in the manga. The juxtaposition between their voices is so funny to me. Alright, I just watched the opening and it was kind of cute and fun and upbeat. It really reminded me of Tsundere Lazette, just the kind of style of it. So that was a really fun one, so watch it on your own time. I had to edit out for copyright, but it's still a really fun opening. One of my favorites of the new season already. Alright, here we go. Time to interact with all the maids that think she's a bad guy or something. Yeah, eating that prison food for forever. Probably better in a different way. Oh, she really likes it. Not even, I love all foods. There's nothing I won't really eat, but just a straight up tomato is still gonna be weird unless you have it with something else, like the rawest form tomato of like a bit of piece, like with a hamburger or something. But just taking a chomp into a tomato is gonna be jarring. Yeah, we don't know how long she was locked up, but she was on the execution stand for a while, basically death row. Probably for months, trying to figure out what to do with her. Yep, that's what always happens with time travel or any kind of princessy shows, is that they're always evil, and as soon as they get reincarnated, they turn good, or at least palatable. Simmering them for 3 days takes a while, man. There's no red tomatoes that they can just use. That's interesting. And she's discovering of, even though she fired him last time, he was thinking about her in his own ways. That's just communication between them that needed to be addressed. I love her reactions, they're pretty cute. It makes it more easy to follow compared to the main guy, I think. She's already ready for another meal. Yeah, her freaking palace is huge. Wow. Her maid. Clumsy. She reminds me of Wendy with the twin tails and everything, and just a redhead. Oh, I was about to say not a bad hit of the cake, but then she immediately slammed her face into it. Poor maid. Oh, the only one that was nice to her? Yeah, that's usually what happens. She looks the same too. Yeah, she really reminds me of Wendy, just freckles and red hair. Just the kind of way she carries herself, I guess. Oh wow, 3 whole years. So she's been in death row for a while, I guess. Also, fun fact, she's also Jess from Liver, which is the anime that I reacted to before this. That's pretty interesting. And also, she's Suzuka from Zom 100, so really picking up work. Oh, and Lizette. Okay, wow. Holy crap. Doing a lot of work then. At least she knew how to thank somebody after being a bit evil, I guess. And then a nice little hug before the end. Yeah, maid Anne brought light into her life. Like, you can see it as the colors changed. Pretty cute. Yeah, she's just clumsy. She's not hurt. The clumsy girls usually don't get hurt as quickly or badly. Yeah, who cares about being common or anything like that? If she does a good job, she does a good job. Now we start the duo of Anne and her. Yeah, kept her for the next 8 years. Wow, that's crazy. The guillotine. That's funny. I love how she gave personification to it. $60 days to earn 1 gold coin, huh? Oh, she's being kind of tsundere kind of style. And they don't notice the blood on her diary? That's pretty obvious. It must be something like whenever you time travel, certain things that are with you, like they can't read diary entries or the blood or anything like that. Just fears, finances, the empire will fall. Okay, so it looks like she was locked up for 3 years for sure, but in 5 years, as she grows up. Yep, definitely based off a version of Marie Antoinette with that quote. And that quote is one of the most misconstrued quotes as ever. Yeah, 12-year-old self.
西へ東へ奔走する。
私絶対に諦めませんわ。全てはギロチンの運命を回避するために。
Alright, that was episode 1 of the Tearmoon Empire. So we have a kind of bratty princess that was executed from the guillotine after 3 years of being locked up. So a bit of a crazy kind of went from dark to depressing to the time travel part, and then immediately the soft voices like, my neck, my neck, my neck. They're just kind of a cutesy kind of style. So she starts off at 12 after going through 8 years of stuff happening to her. So overall, maybe they wait until Japanese legal age is 20. So maybe that's when they waited until she turned into an adult before they executed her. But either way, kind of a French Revolution kind of style thing based off of Marie Antoinette and the Mustard Coats. So she didn't do anything wrong. She was just naive and a bit bratty. Didn't really warrant her execution, but they wanted some blood and they wanted to blame somebody for their issues, especially because she's royalty in that kind of situation. So she probably could have been governing that town a lot better. And she also fires the competent people. So that was probably also a big issue too. So there's probably a lot of stuff that's also against her as well. Being scared of the guillotine is also a funny thing of like personifying it and making it like this big bad evil when it's the people she has to worry about. But I thought that was a really nice touch. And so far, introducing the character like the head chef already had some character development of she realized immediately what kind of person he was like, and that he was also putting a lot of work into her meals of like making them not astringent after 3 days. Tomatoes are astringent, like if you use them. So doing that kind of thing with that breed of tomato was a really nice idea and a really nice shout to making great meals for her, and that he does put a lot of work into his food and that he shouldn't have been fired the first time around. We got introduced to basically the sidekick, second female main character in this season, which is Anne, the maid, who's a redhead, shy type that really reminds me of Wendy from Fairy Tale, just with freckles and red hair. So just a bit clumsy, and was the only good person to her at the end of her life during those 3 years of like brushing her hair and just feeding her and hanging out with her. And she established that she wants to make her handmaiden and repay that favor and be better taken care of in this life and to better suit the needs of the people, which is why she immediately went to the ministry at the end there in the end credit scene, which starts this next episode. Just quickly, I'm going to rate this episode a 6.5 out of 10, so rounded down to a 6. It starts off strong. It's definitely not average because I love the juxtaposition between the dark and depressing and then the kind of comedy moments, and I loved her reactions and her faces. I don't think it's good yet because we're still establishing characters and motivations, but pretty fun. And I think that's going to do it for me for the first episode of this series. Thank you for everyone for watching, and have a great day.